So, but then you will see, does the shape have a 4 equal angle? So, if it's this like that, it's a rectangle, I know that all are actually right angle. Okay. But then if I were to do it, hold one side and then it becomes elongated, you don't know the 4 angle will be equal or not. So, it's no. Does it has a symmetrical shape, whereby shape that have any lines of symmetry? You know what's called symmetry? When you do it like that, okay, this one can fall over this one exactly the same, or this one can fall over this one exactly the same. For here we cannot, because if I do this, right, this one, this and this is not equal already. Okay, so it's no. So answer is this. Okay, for this question, the answer you actually gave me is D. This is the answer that you gave me is actually wrong. Okay, let's work out how this question works. The number in each of the square is equals to the sum of the numbers that in the circle joined to the square. Which means that this number is actually this one add this one. This number is actually this one add this one. And this number is actually this one add this one. Hope you get this right. Okay, to do such problems, you must use some observation. I observed that in the square, number in the square have 19, 11 and 16. I noticed only this number is actually an even number. Having an even number is very good because I know two numbers add together will give me this number. I can do some trial and error. So even number I can divide 2, right? So I will have 8. Okay, if I were to put this here 8 and here 8, okay? So that means let me label here is 1, 2, 3, okay? And then drop this off to prevent any confusion. Okay, so if I were to think that 1 and 2 it is equals to 8. So here is, if this is 8, then here 3, if you were to look, in this case here 3, to give me the number of 11, what will I have? What will I have if it's 3? So it's 8, 9, 10, 11. So I think it's 3. Okay. So if this is 8, but then for this side, what about for this side? This is for number 11. This add up to be number 11. But what about for the other side? If here is 3 and here is 8, 8, 9, 10, 11. No. Then this 8 and 8 here is definitely wrong. So I can do what I can do. I must reduce one, add one, right? How I choose each side to reduce, each side to add. You notice that if this one add up to be 11, right? I increase this one value and decrease this value. If I were to do this, right, and this one I put it to 7. Okay, 7. And this one I have been 9. Okay? And if this one is 9, this is 9. Okay, 7 add what? 11, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, add 4. Okay, am I right to say that? Okay. 7 add 4 to become 11. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. And then 9 add 4. Would I have 19? 9 add 4 will give me 13 only. So this is wrong again. I need to do another one. So I drop off, drop off, drop off. So this one increase again because I need this one to be more, right? This one I decrease again. So here I put 6. And then here what's 10. 6 add what become 11. 6 add 5, right? Then 10 add this one, still not right. I still need to keep on doing it. This one is wrong. This one I reduce, I add again. This one reduce, okay. Here so reduce to 5. So here is 11. 5 add 6. 11. 11 add 6 will become 17. I still wrong again. So how I do? This is how you do during the exam. And there are some shortcuts you can do there are some shortcuts I'm going to teach you for other questions. You remember to do it. So here is 12. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So here it becomes 7. Okay, 7 add 12 is 19. So yes, so this 3 is the number. But what is the sum of the number in the circle? So my number in the circle is 12, add 4, then add 27, add 7. This is my sum of the everything. When you will do this, you will have answer 23. Okay? Okay, the answer you actually gave me for this is actually A. It's wrong. A is wrong. Okay? When you see such question, you must always be very careful in terms like the unit. I can see that there's meter, centimeter, meter. Okay, let's see what the question was. The question was is okay, all the answer here is in centimeter. So I have to change this into centimeter. 3.5 meter. Change to centimeter is what? Times 100. Then becomes centimeter, right? And 3.5 times 100 is what? 1, 2. Because there are 2 there. 2, 0 there. So it becomes 350 centimeter. For this is okay. So this one is what? 120 centimeter. So it says that she used 1/3 of her white ribbon. 1/3. So 45 by 3, right? Because 1/3 ma. And then half of the blue ribbon. So it's 120 divided 2. After doing all the calculation, you will have 15 at 60 will be 75 centimeter. So it will be this answer. Okay, for such question it says that day 1, right? We put day 1, which is the pattern number 1. It has how many leaves? It has 10 leaves. And then it's asking you how many more days. How many more days? So I underline this. More days. It's not the here says more days. Not asking. First you must tell yourself not asking each day. There's a difference, I know. Okay? Not asking each day, is asking more days. So it says for every 3 days. So here I know it's give me a minute, I pause, I put down the figure. Okay, for this you know that every 3 days. So here is every time you jump at 3. Okay, so and then here is every jump you add 2 because there is an increase of 2 leaves. Let me put this day as n because by the time you have 40 leaves is n days already, which is n days. Okay, then I tell you, here there's a jump of 2, here's the jump of 3. So I take this minus this divide 2. This 2 is because of this. Okay, so when I do this, I know that in between from this thing here, from this thing to it should start here until this thing here, there are 15 columns. 15 columns, so that means starting is here. Here is the start point. Okay, here is from here you count 1 2 3 4 5 6, then here is the 15th one. But then you want to know what is the number of this. How you know that? Because you can know that because every jump for this upper one is times 3, is 3. So I have 15 times 3 will give me 45. So is this number 45? No. The reason why this number is not 45, this is 45 at 1. Because this number should be following from here and not starting here. This number should start from here. So I need to add back this pattern number 1. Okay, so here is 46. Here n is 46. Okay. On the 46th day, okay, it's not asking on the day, it's asking how many more days. How many more days it is? 46 minus 1 is 45 more days. If it's asking you on each day, you can actually answer on the 46 days. Okay, the leaves are 40. Okay, we can use this formula back to our SA1, some of the questions they encounter, and also one of the questions that you don't know. This is the practice for SA1 that I actually gave you to prepare for your SA1. And then this question is actually the actual question of your SA1 that you didn't manage to get it. Okay, for this question I only show you part 1, which is how to find this number here. If you want to find, if the answer is asking you and sum all the numbers and sum all the leaves together, it's very easy. Remember, when you see sum, you must remember of this formula: n divided 2 times last number at first number. It doesn't matter you first number at last number or last number at first number. That is the principle of that. Means you are pairing out, so you must first divide 2, then you can know how many pair are there, and then when you pair out, you use the last number and add the first number, because every pair will have that amount of number. So here it comes up. My n is actually this, which is the pattern at the last number here. The pattern at the last number here is actually 46 divided 2, right? Times last number at first number is actually 23 times 50. Okay, so this is for the sum. I highlight this formula. We'll be using this formula quite often. Let's go to that question here. So how I find this? This is asking you what is the sum. And I know the sum is n divided 2 last number at first number. Okay, how will I go about doing it? What n is the pattern, remember. So n is the pattern. So all I'm going to do is pattern number 1 is actually number 2, then pattern number 2 is 4, then 6, correct? Then you have 48. So I have to note here what is the pattern for here, correct or not? It's actually very easy. You see what is the every jump for this? Every jump is at 2. What about here? Every jump is at 1. Okay, so I use this one minus this one. 48 minus 2 divided by 2, because every jump is at 2. So it's 46 divided 2 equals to 23. So which means from here, starting here, right, to this point until this one here, there are actually 23 columns. So there are 23 columns. But then what is the number here? The number here is 23 times, because every time is jump by 1 times 1. Add back, because now I want the starting to be, the number here should be starting from 1. Add back 1. Add back 1. So it's 23. Add back 1 is 24. Okay. So as what I say, the sum is using this formula. So sum equals to n, and here is n, right? 24 divided 2, 48 add 2, 24 times 15 gives 600. Okay, so go back to this, to the next question here. It is your actual SA1 problem that you didn't manage to solve, but then it's okay. This is asking you the sum of the whole number. Okay, and then do you see something? Your pattern 1 is actually number 5, and then you go on until 95, and here is your n. Okay, so we first again see what is the jump on the down there. Every jump is plus 1, because from number 5, from number 5, then it's number 6, then anything. Here everything is plus 1, and likewise here everything is plus 1 also. Cool. So I want to find my n. I first use 95 minus 5 divided by, because it's the number is from down here, so it's divided by 1. Okay, so it's 90. Am I right? So it means from here to here, this thing here, there are 90 columns. Okay, so remember, here's the start point. So how do I find this number? This number is actually 90 times 1. Why is it times 1? Because on top every jump is 1. Then you go and add back, because now the starting is from here to here, right? From the second number, you must add back your first number. Add back your first number here, which is 1. So here is actually 91. Okay, here is pattern 91. Pattern 91. Okay, pattern 91, you notice that I told you sum, right, of everything here is actually n divided 2 last number at first number. So pattern 91 divided 2 at 95 at 5 is 100. So here is 45.5 times 100. You give me 4550. Okay, some of them may spend 20 minutes in this problem, but then you can solve it very easily. Once you find what is the pattern here, on top what is the number of pattern, the pattern here, and then later you go and find the sum by using this formula. That's all. Okay, but must always remember, because once I find this one minus this one divided by every jump, right, that means there are 90 columns start from the second one. So from the second one, I want to know what is the number here. I must times the second, the on top, right? How many? What is the jump? Every jump is 1, you times 1. If every jump is 3, you times 3. Then add back the first number, add back 1, because it here start at 2. Okay. For this question, the answer you actually gave me is D, but then it's not really D, because you see when you're doing this, right, over this portion here, yeah, and then here the direction is a bit wrong. You can see the direction here, it don't connect, it won't be like that. Okay, let us draw and see if we can conclude anything. I just put this, maybe if I were to try this. So if I were to try as what you said is here, right? Let me try this, and this one go over. Okay, goes here to here, right? And then here to here, is it possible? Yes, it's according to the line, right? But, if this point is here, that means here there is a line here. Yeah, it just need me. Okay, and this point is the point here, and then it says what? This go over here, which is here, follow here, yes. And then what? Here go over the point here. Okay, cool. Because here can. Okay, maybe I'm a little bit wrong. Let me check. Just erase it away and redo it again. Okay, so if I here over this side, can I bend it? No, the ruler shows here is here. Okay, and then over here comes to here. This is my axis. Yes, this because here there's a line here over here. Okay, very nice. And then okay, yes, and then here you see here, is it possible? Because if I were to link here, yes, there's something that I can link here. Then what about here? Yes, because here from this line can extend out and then come to this line here, and then here, yeah, yes, it's just nice for B. D is not possible. Let us try if it's possible. Okay, drop this away. If you were to say this side let me see if I can draw anything here. Okay, this pattern here. This one, you say you want to run down here. It's not flowing as the pattern, you know. This, okay, or maybe over here you run until here. Okay, then over here is here. Over here is here. Okay. Then you say this side connect here. And no, you see? How can this side connect here? Because it has to be straight and it has to flow, not change of pattern like that. There's change of direction. Correct or not? If you were to see my previous one, there's no change of direction. Straight lines. Here go straight up. Okay? And then here go straight down. And here go straight. There's no change of direction like that. Okay, so that's why you are wrong. Okay, this question you actually gave me an answer that you have 8 pieces. This is wrong, and let me show you why is it wrong. It says that he placed this yellow. It has one box here. It's a square. Okay, because it says it's a of a square. This thing of a square window frame. Okay, square window frame. So here is a square, okay? I may not draw like a square, but then it's actually a square. And then it says it placed in the middle. Okay, let me place this in the middle. Okay, let me pause for a while and draw it more nice for you later. Okay, this is the best I can draw. And then it says you put the yellow one in. I put the yellow one in. Here is 30. And here is 30. Everything here is 30, okay? So it says that it's a square window frame. This is a window frame. Since it's a square, all sides is equal. With a side length of 150. Which means this whole thing here is 150. Okay? If it's 150 and this is put in the middle, let me draw this. I can do this. I do some extension. Then I can easily find out how many pieces I need. Remember, they don't cut the grass. Okay, so I think here is if here is 150 minus 30 will give me 120. 120 divided by 2, here is 60, and then here is 30, right? And then here is 60. Okay, so let me do all the laboring first. If here is 60, here is also 60, and then here is 60, and here is 60, right? What about here? Here's 30. Here's 30, which means here is 30 also. And then this portion here, if here's also 60, and here's 30, and here's 60. So 60, 30, 60, and then this portion here will be 60. And since that one green piece will be, the length is 60 and 30. So as long as I can how should I put? I can see a 60 and 30 that I put one piece. So you can see this portion here is actually a 60 and 30. So this is one piece, okay? I put this is one piece. Okay, then my second piece for what? Because here is 60 and 60. So I can actually easily divide it, and here is become around. Then here is what? 60, then 30. So this is my second piece. And then here is what? This portion is 60 and this portion is 30. This is my third piece. So likewise, this is also the same. This is my fourth and fifth. Okay? But what about here? Here's 30 and then here is 60. So this is my sixth piece. And then here is what? This is 60 and this is 30. 7 piece. 60 and 60. So divide. 8 piece, 9 piece. 30 and 60 will be 10, then here is 11 and 12. So in total, I need 12 pieces. Okay? Here says the square floor. Okay, a clue here is a square floor of the concert hall was actually using the black and white, okay, tiles below are the picture. And then the concert hall has an area of 324. When you see an area of 324, it says it's something like that, okay? Okay, area of 324. 324 centimeter, okay, it's meter square. So if you say area of 324, you know how to find area? Area is what? This thing and this thing is the same. This thing, these two figure must be the same. Times together, then you get 324. If you really cannot use the calculator during this ICAS exam, you shall understand why. Then we can start with something that we are very familiar with. You can start with 14 times 14. Will actually give you 196. And then it's not 324. So it's 15 times 15. And then we'll give you 225. Then we try 16 times 16. We'll actually give you 256. Still not there yet. 17 times 17. We'll actually give you 289. Okay, it seems that we are almost near. 18 times 18. And give you 324. So obviously you know that here is 18 meter and here is 18 meter. So this is something that is very important for you to first find what is the length. Because and it says that each black and white squares has sides of 2 meter. So over here is actually 2 meter and over here is 2 meter. Okay, this is the second thing that we need to take note. Then more black squares are used than white squares. Okay, we look into this later. Then how many small squares are there? Okay, and then it says, sorry, let me get back to this sentence. It says the side of the squares are actually 2 meters, but then it's made up of 16 smaller tiles of the same color. That means inside here is divided into 16 tiles. Here has 16 tiles for one of the square for black and same time for white as well. So now it's asking you what is the small number white tiles. It's asking you about the tiles, not about the squares. Okay, look at the question properly. Now it's asking you about the tiles. Okay, a small white tiles to be used. Okay, let me first see. If I know that here is 18 and 18, so and one of this is actually 2 meter. So how many of these big tiles are big squares? I call it big squares. I call this thing as big squares. Inside is tiles. How many of these big squares I can put in here? So 18, right, divide 2. I will have over here. I will have 9 column. Okay, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Over here is also 9 column. Okay, 9 row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I will not draw the rest because drawing the rest serves no purpose. And I know that this start with the black one, right? So alternate 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm asking about the white tiles. I'm only interested in the white tiles in this case. So for this case, right? Okay, I'll do the second one also. So here is like that, right? The second one. Okay, so this is the second row. I can see a pattern here. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 white. And then here is what? 5 white. And then this pattern repeats. Then it's 4 white, 5 white, 4 white, 5 white, 4 white, 5 white. Until you have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 9. Okay. Is it 9? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. If we were to add all these 9 together, right, you will notice that you have 40 white squares. But is the question asking you about squares, white squares? No, the question is asking you about small white tiles. Which means that it's asking you, this is one white square, right? You have 40 of them. But in one, if but in one white square, there are actually 16 smaller tiles of the same color. So here is 16 tiles. In this case, I want to know what is the total number of white tiles, small white tiles there. I will have 40 times 16. It will actually give me an answer of 640 small white tiles. It says each red and white square. So it referring to here is a square. Okay? And then after that it jumps to is made up of 16 smaller tiles. That means this one square inside there are 16 tiles, smaller tiles. And then the question is asking about small white tiles. It's not asking you about squares. Okay? Note. Question not asking about squares but tiles.